Ahmed Musa mesmerized in the defense of Enugu Rangers. He ended 4-3, 7-goal thriller. And joining me all the way from Oyo State, Nigeria, is sports journalist Robert Olimene joins me this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Robert, and welcome to In the Game.
Good afternoon to you. It's good to be on the program once again.
All right, a lot of persons did not see a 7-goal thriller coming in Enugu. I'd like to get your thoughts on this. 4 goals scored by the away side, 3 goals scored by the home side, 7-goal thriller, and a defeat for the defending champions right here in Enugu.
I would agree with you. A lot of people did not see the 7-goal thriller coming. My first glimpse of Rangers this season was in Ikorodu when they played against Remo Stars. A very, very interesting game, I should add. But I believe that from there, I was able to more or less see the team up close and personal, as well as also get my thoughts out as regards to the fact that before the season started, Rangers have had issues scoring goals. And yesterday's result was the first time in the season that they will score 2+ goals in this particular campaign. And I think yesterday that problem was more or less staring them in the face before they were able to rally back in the second half. But like they say, it was too little, too late, hence why they succumbed to that home defeat. But I would give praises to Kano Pillars, one team who has been very, very bold this season. And I will say that the capture of Ahmed Musa as well as Shewa Abdullahi has been more or less like a big steal for the team going into this particular season as it is.
All right, I would like to ask, I mean, some have said that the reason Rangers, went 4 goals down in the first half was because their tactician, Fidelis Ilechukwu, was not at the ends of the affairs in terms of him deputizing duties for the Rangers side. And do you agree with that same thought of we know our coach was not involved, that's why they lost in that margin to Kano Pillars?
I will not agree with that thought. And the reason why I will not agree with that is I will take Remo Stars for instance. For Coach Daniel Ogumodede, he has missed 2 of the games they have played so far this season. And one of those games was away, while the other game was last week at home right there in Ikene. And the team did very, very well without the head coach or the manager, as you say it, being around. And I will say that for Rangers International, yes, there were times when Fidelis Ilechukwu wasn't around because of national assignments with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And of course, the team were able to deliver. So yesterday's defeat should not be hinged on the fact that the head coach was not available. I think it is down to the fact that for yesterday was just one of those days where we say that it was a bad day in the office for Rangers International, and I think they should just take it as it is. But saying that Fidelis Ilechukwu could not be around was the reason for the defeat, I will really not agree to that particular statement.
All right, while we'll still, of course, be with you, let's take a look at what happened also in Aba. Enyimba FC. Yema Olariwaju, the coach of Enyimba FC, has frowned at the team's performance after their missed chances in the 1-1 draw with Niger Tornadoes. Now, Wasteful Enyimba on Wednesday, October 16, 2024, dropped the first point at home in the ongoing 2024-25 NPFL season. The People's Elephants, who were still basking in the euphoria of grabbing the precious away point in Ibadan last Sunday against Shooting Stars, were held 1-1 at home by Niger Tornadoes of Mina. And Yema, on the goal conceded, he blamed the standing of the defenders, which led to the easy counter, saying the team must ensure it maintains its game plan. And Robert, for a coach who was happy last week Sunday, grabbing a point in Ibadan, and then just some days later, he's not happy with his defenders, and he felt that they should have done better rather than getting 1 point from the game in Aba.
Let me first and foremost give my thoughts about the game between Enyimba and Shooting Stars in Ibadan. It was a very, very beautiful game, and I would salute Enyimba because they were very, very disciplined. On Sunday, I was privileged to be on the program, and I predicted that Enyimba was going to get a win or they were going to get a draw in Ibadan, and they did. And like I said, their performance in Ibadan was a very, very spirited one. The result yesterday, I think they should have more or less, they should have been a little bit careful. The reason I'm saying so is Niger Tornadoes sent shockwave through the NPFL rank this season when they defeated Kwara United, their first away game of the season in Ilorin by 2-1. And of course, they were able to follow up on that particular performance. It looks like for this team, they actually click into gear when they are away from home. And of course, so far this season, they are yet to pick up maximum points at home. Talking about Niger Tornadoes. For Enyimba, I think that sloppiness, they paid for it dearly, looking at the 2 points that they dropped at home. And of course, for the coach, that is a Coach Yema, he has every right to be angry. I believe that he expected more from the boys. And of course, I believe that himself as well as the boys must have gone into that game with the assurance, or definitely with the expectation that they would get all 3 points at the end of 90 minutes. But football happened yesterday, and of course, they definitely have to pick themselves up going into their next fixture, that is this weekend.
All right, let's take a look at the results from games played on Wednesday. Lobby Stars, El Kanemi Warriors 2-2. Enugu Rangers lost at home to Kano Pillars 4-3. Enyimba played at a 1-1 draw against Niger Tornadoes. Kwara United trashed the Sunshine Stars 3-0. And coach Kennedy Boboye says he blames the pitch in the lorry. Nasarawa United, by the way, defeated Nasarawa United got a win in that particular center. 3-0. Right there, it finished in that particular one. They won against Abia Warriors 3-0. And later today, the Nigeria Premier Football League matchday 7 fixture presents a peculiar challenge of course, Heartland FC, who are home to top flight debutants, Ikorodu City. Now, unbeaten in 2 games for the Enugu Rangers side. They'll be looking forward, for Heartland, I beg your pardon, they'll be looking forward to get a win against Ikorodu City. They've been struggling since the start of the season, picked their first home win last weekend against Bendel Insurance. Robert, you, of course, have seen the fixtures that we're expecting to witness today. Your take on the game involving Heartland. Emmanuel Nenrot looking forward to get a win against Ikorodu City, the Oga Boys.
I think it's going to be an interesting game. I would say that this game is more or less the game of the day. Heartland against Ikorodu City. Both teams were promoted just this season into the NPFL. It has been contrasting fortunes for them when they first started the league. And of course, the good news is both sides have maximum points or have been able to win a game coming into this particular fixture. Last time out that the Oga Boys or Ikorodu City faced a debutant just like themselves against Nasarawa United. That game really did not end well for them because Nasarawa United defeated the Oga Boys in that particular encounter. But I think that today's challenger proves to be a very unique one because right now both teams are actually stuck in the relegation zone, and 3 points will do both teams a whole lot of good. And I think that that is one thing that will make the game a little bit feisty, and of course it will make it a very, very tough game for both sides. If the game eventually ends in a draw, I believe that both sides will not be happy because it is more or less 2 points dropped and not a point gain. But as it is, I am just here to wait and see how this drama unfolds when both teams take to the field. For Emmanuel Nenrot, he's looking to more or less make a very, very good impression in the league. For Ikorodu City, their coach just resigned, and of course they have a consortium of coaches or assistants in this case who are trying to drive the team forward. So it's going to be, in my own case, like I would say, it's going to be one head against a consortium of heads as both teams are taken to the field. That is in a couple of hours from now. So for me, it's going to be a wonderful encounter, and definitely let us see where the pendulum will swing at the end of 90 minutes.
All right, the end of 90 minutes. Before I let you go, Robert, let's take a look at the table together. The NPFL table as it stands after some teams have played a game more than, of course, the other sides in top of the table. Remo Stars are currently top with 15 points. Rivers United second with 14 points. Enyimba third with 14 points. Kano Pillars are fourth. Haven't played a game more with 10 points. Rangers fifth with 10 points. Bottom six, Bayelsa, Lobby, Akwa United, Heartland, and Ikorodu City. Which of these teams do you think will challenge for the title this season? And which teams are you seeing battling for relegation? It might be early days yet, but the signs are already there for some teams struggling so far this season.
I think I would go with the top four. I would go with Remo, Rivers, Enyimba, and of course Kano Pillars to challenge for the title. Initially, my prediction this season was Lobby Stars might be in the running for the title, but it looks like their shoes are more or less. I don't want to say disappointed, but it looks like they are wearing an oversized shoe coming into this season in the NPFL. For the relegation zone, I think Bayelsa will be in the mix, and of course, for the likes of Akwa United, definitely Heartland and Ikorodu City, they will be in the mix. And the dynamics of the season is a little bit tricky in the sense that looking at this table, you even have the likes of Vendor Insurance on that is 15th on the log right now in the mix, talking about relegation. The teams we have might not be in the relegation that is up until now to the end of the season. But I believe that the likes of Aqua United and of course Ikorodu City definitely might have to be looking over their shoulders between now and the end of the season.
All right. Thank you very much, Robert Olimene, for your time. I mean, we called you, responded. It's been an amazing time talking the NPFL with you. We'll do this again some other time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me.